Hello student, welcome to economic class. Today we'll discuss the uh, statistics, chapter number 2, collection of data topic, collection of data, class 11th commerce. Okay, uh, so this is your fulfillment of academic session 2020-21, and okay, so you have to go through this topic properly, and it will helpful to okay you for your examination. So now we'll discuss collection of data. Statistic inquiry. By statistical inquiry, we mean an investigation on a topic by any agency wherein relevant quantitative information is collected. Okay, statistic inquiry through the person we can do an inquiry. So by statistical inquiry, we mean an investigation, and investigator will necessary here on a topic by any agency wherein relevant quantitative information is called collected, like National Sample Survey Organization and Central Statistical Organization, then Niti Aayog or it was Planning Commission, now Niti Aayog. Any agency, okay, they can inquiry the data, they can investigate the data. So through whom will collect the data? Look here, investigator first. Through investigator will collect the data, through enumerator will collect the data, through respondent we collect the data, through survey we will collect the data. Okay, by survey we collect the data, by investigating we collect the data, by responding or the person who respond the question and answer we collect the data. Enumerator, like through paperworks collect the data. Okay, like this. Then next, source of data. A source of data is important. This is coming in examination also. Source of data, classification data, like this. Here source of data is coming here. So sources of data here, two types: internal data and external data. And external data further divided into two types. One is primary data and secondary data. So it have to okay, you have to note down these things or add on. The next, what is internal data? In an organization, when the data is collected from its reports and records, it is known as internal source of data. In an organization, when the data is collected from its reports and record, it is known as internal source of data. Then in external source of data collected from outside of the organization. Here where uh, external source of data classified into two. One is primary data, another one is secondary data. So primary data, what is primary data? Primary data is the data which is originally collected by an investigator or agency for the first time for some specific purposes or purpose is known as primary data. It is also known as the first hand data or first hand information. Okay, we can say. Then secondary data, the data which is not directly collected but rather obtained from the published or unpublished source is known as secondary data. Through newspaper, through any government office, through any NGO office, you have to collect the data. And if we are collecting data through any government office or the NGOs from any organization. Already the data collected by them and it is stored by them, and you are taking the data from them, so that this is secondary data. It may be published data or unpublished data. This is the one of the source of data. So we have the types of data or sources of data, two types. One is internal data, another one is external data. External data further divided into two parts, like primary data and secondary data. So now next, a method of collecting primary data here. uh, Through this method we can collect the data, uh, gather the information or fact. So first one, direct personal interview. Through direct personal, person to person, directly we can take the interview from person to person, so that this is directly direct personal interview, we can collect the data. Or indirect oral investigation, also we can indirect oral investigation, we can collect the data. The next, information from correspondent, from any journalist correspondent, also we can collect the data. Then telephonic interview. Through telephonic we can just call the we will call to the person, and by calling, by talking to him and her, we can collect the data. Then mail questionnaire method. Through email, if you are mailing the question, and he will answer or she will answer, so this will collect the data. Or mail means two type. One is email, and another mail means by post. By post you are sending a letter or the questions by post. After getting the post from the post office, that person will give you answer. So that mail questionnaire method, it may be common manual email or the email system. Then last one, here last method, questionnaire filled by enumerators. Questionnaire filled, some of the question will be derived by you or the developed by you, and through the question, you have given chances to that enumerator to fill and answer the data, like how many points you have to give, if you agree or not agree for this government or for this work. Like this you can collect the data. Okay, so next, then direct personal interview. One by one we'll discuss all the method. First one, under this method the investigator collect data by having direct contact with the informant and conduct on the spot inquiry. So direct data, directly investigator will reach to the uh, informant and conduct the spot inquiry here. So here two types of the merit and demerit things are there. The merits is here in personal, direct personal interview. First one, original. Here it will be original. The data may be will be reliable and accurate. Yes, the data should be flexible. Uniformity. Other information will get economical, suitable for all types of costing. This is in case of merit. And demerit, in case of demerit, not suitable for wide area, cannot cover wide area, because here we directly talking with a person to person, only one person or two person, what person to person, but not you cannot cover a wide area, cover wide area. Then expensive and time consuming. Okay, if you are going to that person, to that village area and town, that it will take time. It will it will uh, expenditure more. Okay, so expenses of time consuming. Personal prejudice also here, you will go or not, your interest will be there or not, that will happen. Okay, that will uh, arise. So personal prejudice also here. Trained personal needed here. Trained personal here needed. Okay, ethically, with value wise you can ask the question. Okay, by not hurt anyone. The trained personnel also needed here to take direct personal interview. Okay, the next, indirect oral investigation. How indirect oral investigation, here we'll discuss. Under this method the investigator approach third parties who are in the process possession of information about the subject inquiry. Means here person 1 and 2, then third. Through third person, the answer will be collected or the information will be collected. Okay, so this is indirect oral investigation. Suppose one person is talking about another person and the investigator collecting data that other person, and from okay for other person another one person, the third person is orally giving the uh, data or information regarding that person. Okay, suppose there is a criminal, and about the criminal one person is uh, giving information or informer to the police, that is orally the data is giving like this. Then merits and demerits here also. Merits, wide area coverage here, economical also, free from bias. Here no biasness, because that related person is not saying, other person is saying, so there is no chance to bias, and expert opinion will be there. Okay, then in demerit, in case of demerit, indirect information, uh, not direct. Okay, the person may say the fact or may not the fact. The person who answering or who are really giving information may be okay wrong, or not so good, or not skilled, or not knowing the information uh, really, or fact information about that persons, so it may problem. So indirect information and lack of accuracy, it may be accuracy will list, partiality of witness. Okay, it may be the witness or the partiality, the witness may the partiality. Then lack of interest of informant. Okay, informants is here lack of interest, and lack of information also not here. So this is the merit demerit of the second method, indirect oral investigation. Then next, information from correspondent. Local agent or correspondents are appointed and trained to collect the information from respondent. Okay, so information from correspondent means through journalist, through uh, news, okay, news and maker, or TV, television, newspapers through here. Okay, you can, or the any correspondent. Local agent or correspondents are appointed and trained to collect the information from the respondent. So here, merit demerit, wide area coverage, it is also economy, it is also suitable for special purpose also, and continuity also. In demerit, lack of uniformity, danger of partiality, lack of accuracy of high degree, and time consuming also this. So this is the third number method. Then fourth number method, telephonic interview. Through telephone we can collect the data. So data is collected through an interview over the telephonic with the interviewer. Okay, uh, by calling over the phone, over phone, then through phone. Merits and demerits, uh, merit wide area coverage, this is also economical. Okay, घर बैठे बैठे सब डेटा कलेक्ट कर देना, दिस टाइप का. ओके, इकोनॉमिकल, क्लैरिटी डाउट्स क्लियर भी कर देना. आजकल कितना है जी, मोबाइल एक है हाथ में, दुनिया भर पूरा नाखून में दुनिया है, पूरा सब थोड़ा सा स्क्रीन ओके स्विप कर देने से सब कुछ दिखाई दे रहा है. लाइक दिस. द डिमेरिट्स, लिमिटेड यूज and visual feedback is not possible here. So this is the telephonic interview. You cannot see the visualization here. You can only listen the audio system and the oral system. Okay, through phone. Then next, uh, fifth number method, mailed questionnaire method. The investigator makes a questionnaire pertaining to the field of investigation and send it to the respondent along with a covering letter to collect information from them. Envelope में किसी क्वेश्चन या डेटा कॉन्फिडेंशियली भर के उसको अगर भेजोगे किसी के पास, मेल करोगे बाय पोस्ट में, ओके, एंड द person will give you information, and that person will give you information or not give you information, that is depend upon its merit and demerit. But this is the procedure, through this procedure, okay, through mail or in through email also we can take the information or we call it the data. So merits here, wide coverage, this is also wide coverage, same points are okay in merits, uh, repeating in every method, economy, economical, originality is here, free from bias, uh, here is no bias, here the that particular that person will give you the answer, the maintenance are there. Then in demerits, limited scope, only limited scope will be there, okay. Then less accuracy and precision, who is giving answer, maybe he will give you the fact or okay, wrong, that is depend upon his and her, okay. So less accuracy, it is chances to less accuracy and precision. Then lack of interest, if that person may interest or may not interest. Then in fourth, chances of misinterpretation, that person may the data can misinterpret. And time consuming also, when the mail will posted, then he will answer, when he will answer, after answering he will send in by post, the post will come, so many things procedure will there, so time consuming also this is, okay. So next, 6 number question, method questionnaire filled by enumerators. The enumerator personally visited informant along informants along with a questionnaire, asked question and note down their replies in questionnaire in his own language. Enumerator means who is collecting the data through, okay, fill up or fill up questionnaires uh, and visit to the informant, enumerator collecting the data here. So this is okay here, merits. In case of merit, wide coverage, same thing repeating, accurate and reliable information. Here, better response will be there. Limited chance for partiality. There is a less chances to partiality. Useful in case of illiterate respondent. Okay, useful in case of illiterate respondent. If they are illiterate, then directly you are present in them, so you can collect the data, then you can know the information reality. Then in case of demerits, costly method, uh, okay, time consuming, partiality will be there, inability of enumerators will be there, so here needed the train enumerators. So this is the this was the method of uh, measuring statistic or calculating data. So for collection of data, we are using this type of method. So next, pilot survey. Pilot survey. Once the question near is ready, it is advisable to conduct a try out with a small group, which is known as pilot survey or free testing of the questionnaire. So you have to recall these things. Okay, in short question, this is coming in the examination. Once the questionnaire is ready, it is advisable to conduct a tryout with a small group, which is known as pilot survey or pre-testing of the questionnaire. The next, census. Through census method, we discuss here through pilot survey. Pilot survey means try out with a small group, which is known as the pilot survey or pre-testing of the questionnaire. It has also drawback. Okay, census method. A survey which includes every element of the population is known as a census, or the method of complete enumerator. Okay, this is which include every element of the population is known as census, or the method complete enumeration. So here in census method, there is a demographic transition also. Through census, we are knowing the population of India. Okay, how it is increasing or not increasing, we are knowing. So a house to house inquiry is carried out, covering all households in India. Demographic data on birth and death rates, literacy, employment, life expectancy, size, and composition of population, etc., are collected and published by the Registrar General of India. The last census of India was held in February 2011, and now it will be conducted in 2021. 2021. So it was the census or pilot survey. Next, sample survey. Pilot survey complete. Then census survey complete. Then come to sorry, census survey census okay, the method we completed. Then sample survey. Sample survey. A sample refers to a group or section of the population from which information is to be obtained. Okay, a sample refers to a group और कलेक्शन ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन व्हिच फ्रॉम इंफॉर्मेशन इज टू बी ऑब्टेन। अगर हम लोग चावल खरीदने के लिए जाते हैं और बोरी से एक दो चावल निकाल देते हैं, जानते हैं, देखते हैं कि चावल अच्छा है कि बुरा है कि कैसे है, कलर ठीक है ठीक नहीं है, हम लोग पता चल जाता है। तो ग्रुप ऑफ और सेक्शन ऑफ पॉपुलेशन फ्रॉम व्हिच इंफॉर्मेशन इज टू बी ऑब्टेन। So this is the sample survey. So random sampling is here also. In the random sampling, every individual has an equal chances of being selected, and individuals who are selected are just like the one who are not selected. So in random sampling, there is a uh, uh, chances to select for every individual. Okay, and in non-random sampling, in a non-random sampling method, all the units of the population do not have an equal chance of being selected, and convenience or judgment of the investigator plays an important role in selection of the sample. So in non-random sampling may not be the, or here do not any chances for every individual to select. Okay, so it is judgmental or convenience of the investigator plays an important role in selection of the sample in the non-random sampling. Okay, the random sampling will not come in your examination this time due to corona pandemic. The person, okay, the topic will related, but okay, it is also guided by guidance by the NCERT and the authority to cover all the things, to know the information. So you have to read this thing. Then sampling method. Sampling method, we have two types of sampling. One is probability sampling and non-probability sampling. In probability sampling, random sampling is random sampling first, then second stratified sampling, then third system sampling, fourth multi-stage sampling, then fifth cluster sampling. Or in case of probability sampling, judgment sampling, quota sampling, convenience sampling, extension sampling, purposes sampling, these are from here. Okay, in any competitive examination, the question is asking. Stratified sampling is coming under which sampling, probability, non-probability, like this question is asking in any a competitive examination of India. Okay, so next, the sampling and non-sampling errors. So sampling errors here we'll discuss first. The sampling errors refers to the difference between the samples estimate and the actual value of a characteristic of the population, that may be the average income, etc. The difference between the actual value of a parameter of the population which is not known and its estimate from the sample is the sampling error. Suppose there is a for example there is a some workers working or farmers, their income is 500, 550, 600, okay, 700, like this, and we will calculate here 600, we will take here 500, then 600, sorry, 550, and 600. So 600 is 600 minus 550 will get 50. 50 is the error sampling, like this. Then next, non-sampling error. So non-sampling error are more serious than sampling error, can be minimized by taking a large sample. Some of the non-sampling error here, uh, but in random sampling error, we can maintain here by taking the large number of data or large sample. But here, by taking a large sample also, we cannot minimize the error here. So in the here some of the non-sampling errors are uh, okay given here. First, errors in data acquisition. Like this type of error arises from recording of incorrect response. Like for example, a teacher will say to a student, just measure the length, a square, or the area of table. The student will measure it and he will wrong, and teacher will record. So this is error in data acquisition. If the teacher will measure these things, the area of the table, the square, and okay uh, of table, then the data may be the correct. So here error in data acquisition means the type of this type of error arises from recording of incorrect response. Then non-response error. Non-response occurs if an interviewer is unable to contact a person listed in the sample, or a person from the sample refuses to respond. Suppose the data collector, investigator collecting, and they are calling to through phone. They contacted phone, the phone will not respond, or that person will ignore, or they refuse to answer. That is the non-response error. Then sampling refuse to respond, and okay, unable to contact, or the contact will not unable, or unable to contact the due to network problem, whatever it may problem. Okay, problem, that is also non-responsive error. Then last, okay, in non-sampling error, sampling bias occurs when the sampling plan is such that some members of the target population could not possibly be included in the sample. So some member, okay, sampling bias here, what you are, okay, taking the or making testing the sampling at that time, maybe according to your sampling, something will be included, but some okay population or the some member will not included in your sampling. So it may be the chances. So we can say here sampling bias. So in non-sampling error, we will discuss three problem. One is error in data acquisition, non-response error, and sampling bias. Then next, census of India and National Sample Survey Organization. Some of the agencies at the national level are Census of India, and these are the agencies listed here. First one, National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO. This is formed by the Government of India. Then Central Statistical Organization. This is also CSO, collecting the statistical data, and its headquarters is in Calcutta. But now the present Union government uh, merged these two organized agency, and given the new name, National Survey Office. National Survey, okay, in the name of National Survey Office, both the agency merged. National Sample Survey Organization, NSSO, and Central Statistical Organization, CSO. Then Register General of India. Uh, Registrar General of India, Directorate General of Commercial Intelligence and Statistics, DGCIS, Labor Bureau, etc., are the agencies of the Indian government and the government of India, who are collecting the data from different sources and giving the information data to the government, and government is okay properly and easily making policies to the citizen of the nation for welfare of the citizen. The census is being regularly conducted every 10 years since 1881. The first census after independence was conducted in 1951. You have to recall these years. Okay, the census official collected information on various aspects of population such as size, density of the population, size of population, sex ratio of population, literacy rate, migration, rural urban distribution rate. Okay, according to the last census data, sex ratio is high. Sex ratio is in Kerala, 1000 male, 1084 female for 1000 male, and highest literacy rate also in Calcutta, and density like okay in various city like Delhi, then city of populations they're living. Okay, migration of population like from population or people from Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, they are migrating to other state. Okay, rural urban people, how they are distributing, all the thing will collected by these okay government agencies. Then next, the National Sample Survey Organization. National Sample Survey Organization conduct national wide survey on socio and on socio-economics issue. Okay, this is main thing on socio-economic issue. The National Sample Survey does not continuous survey. Sorry, the National Sample Survey does continuous, means it is continuously so make surveys in successive round. Uh, okay, successive like 59th round, 60th round, 61st round, 62nd round, like this. The successive round, the data collected by National Sample Survey Organization are released through reports and its quarterly journal like Surveykhan. Surveykhan is a quarterly journal. Through this journal, the data is publishing. The National Sample Survey Organization provided periodic estimation of literacy, school enrollment, utilization of educational services, employment, unemployment, manufacturing, and service sector enterprises. Morbidity, it means the condition of being diseased. This is the meaning of morbidity. It's report, maternity report, child care report, utilization of the public distribution system, all the thing will collected by the National Sample Survey Organization. So this is the organization which is related to the or survey on socio-economic issue. The next conclusion, the last conclusion, economic facts, okay, expressed in terms of numbers are called data. Yes, the purpose of data collection is to understand, explain, and analyze a problem and cause behind it. Yes, the mode of the data collection depend upon its objective of the study, how you are collecting, which method you are using, why you are collecting the data. The objective of the study will depend its collection of data, collection of data. So it was your uh, conclusion. So thank you very much, and we have finished the second chapter of also in your statistic 11th commerce. So thank you to all of you.